So my chocolate bar is the flake from the Cadbury thing, and the slogan I'm using is "Your chocolate, your moment." This slogan is very explanatory, so it can mean anything, so this is why I chose it. Okay, rebranding the flake. So first of all, I have 3 key messages that I want to put across in my advert. The first one is I want to use a celebrity endorsement. Why? Because this brings out a new audience. So by having a celebrity, I feel this will make my advert more unique, because I've looked at different adverts and I've not seen a chocolate advert that uses a celebrity to endorse the chocolate. So I think this will be really good. And it will also create a hidden message. Why? The hidden message will be through Michael Jordan, who is a basketball player, and young people that look up to him from the age of 18 upwards, they will be like, I want to be like him. That's why the hidden message will be like, if you eat this chocolate bar, you'll be as good as him. So, my first key message is celebrity endorsement by Michael Jordan. The next one is sympathy. I want to get the sympathy vote through another key message, because when I talk to you later on about what's going to happen in my advert, you'll realise where the sympathy comes from. But the sympathy, the key message from it is overcoming a problem. I believe regardless of what age you are, what gender, ethnicity, everybody has these problems that they have to overcome. So I think the audience can relate to it. By relating to the key message, they can relate to the product and maybe buy it. And also, when I tell you about what my advert's going to be about, you'll realise that it's about a dream that's been shattered, and a lot of people have these dreams and aspirations that don't work out. So I think by having a really strong topic, it can relate to more people, and that's the main thing with my advert. I want it to go out to a new audience. And the last one is lifestyle. Lifestyle, I want them to feel young, sexier and healthier. Why? It's a bit cheesy, yes, I understand. But a lot of people look at adverts, and if they can see a way it can enhance their life, they generally want to buy the product. When you see these products that feel like your beauty and it makes your face look nicer, females want to buy the product because they feel like it's going to enhance their lifestyle. So I think by my product, by having something like Michael Jordan, will make them think it will enhance their life, and they might become a celebrity, or they might get their aspirations and dreams. Characters. So as you know, I've gone through the characters a bit, but I just want to go through, before I tell you about the whole idea of the advert, I just want to break down the characters. So I have a plan of having 3 main characters. The first character is Michael Jordan. Why? Because he's the most successful player in the NBA. He's known for being the best at being high in playing basketball. He also has his own brand, which is trainers, which a lot of people know about, men and women. He's also in a film, which is a cartoon-based film, which a lot of young people can relate to. So by having a basketball player, I think a lot of people can relate to it, and the basketball player will be played by Rafael, who goes to this school, and he's 18 years old, and his ethnicity is black. A contemporary dancer, this is to bring a twist on things. So I want different people from different backgrounds, so it doesn't target just one audience of interest. The contemporary dancer she's gonna be a female. Her name is Sabrina Joseph, and she's 20 years old. So she's different age to Rafael, and she's also Asian, so she has a different look as well. So it gets a wider audience. She'll be playing the role of a dancer, and she'll be just looking beautiful doing contemporary dancing. The third character is a footballer. I've chosen a footballer because I know many boys aspire to be footballers, and I think football and basketball are the 2 most played sports. And I feel like if I have stuff like this in my advert, it will relate more to boys, because the flake is known for looking at girls only. So I think by doing that it will work. And I want a male to be aged 25, and I want him to be white, so it relates to more people. In the advert there will be extras, which are the 3 judges. You'll understand a bit more when I explain to you what the advert's going to be about. These will be played by mid-aged people, and it will just be short at the beginning of the advert. Okay, so this is a breakdown of my idea and my inspiration. I'm a dancer, so a lot of my inspiration always comes from movement and physical, looking at something and getting ideas from it. So after watching these 2 film. So the first one, Save the Last Dance. I think it's really important because if anyone has seen this film, they understand that she's come from a bad background and she's auditioning and then she hurts herself and she almost feels to just give up on her life again because she's back to square one. And I think this is really important because even if you're not a dancer, you have some kind of meaning towards it. And this is the kind of idea I'm getting from where she auditioned. So that's my first idea. I've got it from Save the Last Dance, and my inspiration is through the dance film. And so, just give you a bit more idea of what's going to happen in my video. It's going to have a female dancer who's auditioning, and she hurts herself, and it's almost like she feels to give up now because she's wasted her time. She's messed up on her audition. Everything's finished. Another film I've watched is Street Dance 3D. This is another inspiration of mine because I love dancing, but I feel dance reaches out to more than just dancers. And this inspired me in my advert because I want this kind of set. I want a dance studio for the audition, and I want it to look kind of dark, dusty, just have that kind of sad feeling about it. So that's my ideas, that's where my ideas came from, the inspiration. Save the Last Dance, Street Dance 3D. Okay, so set and location. The set and location for my idea. The first set is going to be in a dance studio. It's going to be dark, lighted and smoky. Audition setup, I want it to be scary, tense and a spotlight on the dancer. This will create that kind of tension, the sympathy for the dancer when she hurts herself in the advert. The next location is going to be a basketball court. This is going to be light, it's going to be sporting, it's going to be in Chadwell Heath. This is going to be a different kind of tone. It's going to be happy, lively. It's going to have Michael Jordan, who's very well known. Then the last place is going to be a football court. This is also going to be bright, open, colourful. It's going to contrast with the audition, set and tone. Okay, so my concept for my video. My main concept is, this is a breakdown. It's going to start with a contemporary dancer. She's going to be inside a dance studio, which is going to be in my dance studio at Stratford. She's going to be dancing and she's going to trip and she's going to hurt herself. I want there to be some kind of she's going to be spinning and then she drops. And then you see the set of 3 judges. And then when you see them, she just panics and then she hurts herself. And then she's crying, and then this is when the sympathy folk comes in. Then she's going to immediately go over to her bag and feel like she's going to go home, audition's done, which is done really bad. She opens up her bag and then she sees a flake inside the bag. And it's almost like this flake has given her life. She looks at the flake, she then eats the flake. After she eats it, she feels this kind of positive. She's like, no, I'm ready, I'm going to do it, it's going to work. So then she goes and says to the judges, I want to do this. So then she goes and does the routine again, and it's amazing. And I want a shot of her in the air doing open splits, and it's going to be slow motion. So then this is going to show the overcome from her being upset to happy. Then it's going to cut straight into a footballer. Just a really quick shot, a footballer shooting in a football match and scoring. Because then this shows another way of how a flake can enhance a person's in their sport. Then it's going to jump back to the dancer. This is where she lands the jump. From that cut, it's going to cut into Michael Jordan dunking. It's going to be short, just him dunking in the air, and it's going to show. It's going to have the same ideas the other 3. And when you see Michael Jordan dunk, you're going to see him dunk, and then you're going to see him pick up a fake, and then Michael Jordan, who's going to be played by Raphael, is going to say, "Your moment, your chocolate." Just summarising all of that, your moment, your chocolate. My idea from that main slogan is just bring different people from different backgrounds and put it into one advert. It's going to be quick shots from each person You're going to see a dancer, you're going to see a footballer, and you're going to see a basketballer. And it's their moment, and it's their chocolate. Their chocolate helped them with their moment. So it almost tells the audience, your moment, if you're going to a job interview, if you're going to do a show, it's their moment. They eat that chocolate, that moment's going to be fine. Okay, so the advert concept, I want to try and keep as many old conventions in the advert as possible. So an old slogan they used is your moment, your chocolate, which is why I've decided to choose that. So I feel if I keep the same slogan, I keep the same audience, which is important for my brief, to keep the old audience, but also to gather a new audience at the same time, which is through the actual meaning of the advert. I also want to keep the same theme tune, so if you just want to listen to it.
الشوكولاتة الأكثر تناثراً ورد.
So I've decided to use that theme tune because the beginning seems very sad, which will go with the feeling of the dancer getting hurt and then she just gives up. And then the music changes, the tone changes, it goes to a happier level. This is when you hear that, that's when you're going to see her pick up the chocolate. It's almost like that chocolate's brought life to her. Then she's going to eat that chocolate, then it's going to cut to the different people, the basketballer and the footballer. So I feel keeping this an old theme tune and an old slogan will keep the old audience. Bringing a new idea with a celebrity endorsement will get a new audience. The style and relevance. So my old target, as I gathered, is mid-age women from the age of 20 upwards. And I feel the way I've looked at my advert, it's going to make them feel an enhancer. They're going to feel more sexier. I want this to feel like the old audience are going to be able to relate to it because they can relate to the old slogan and the old theme tune. So they can be like, oh, I remember that. And then I also want them to feel like that it's enhancing their life. It didn't enhance their life before, but this time, if they eat this chocolate, they might be a little bit more encouraged to go out and play sport, which is kind of giving this effect that you play sport and you eat that chocolate and you can do something. So the chocolate isn't just about eating it, it's also making these older women more physically fit because they're feeling like, they feel that they should go and do these activities if that's what they're seeing in the advert. New target audience, young men and women from age of 18 to 25. I feel that I really want to get a new audience because Flake isn't being sold as much, it's because the audience is so narrow. So I feel if I get a younger audience, it will bring out more people. So, the younger audience, they will be able to relate to this because they'll be footballers, they'll be basketballers, they'll be dancers. They'll understand how they feel in that position because young people, even like myself, I felt like that myself. And if I can have a chocolate bar that's going to help me in my life, I think that's a good way of putting it out there. So, the ethos and identity. After looking at the ethos and identity, Cadbury have these 5 main aspects: joy and happy. That's what they want to portray in all their adverts and all their chocolates. When you eat a chocolate, you're happy. Iconic. They want their adverts to seem different. Innovative.